Hello, hi, hello. Hi. My OBS updated still, or not still, obviously it updated, but it's throwing me off. There's some things that are slightly visually different from what I'm used to, and it's like, it's kind of throwing me off. Like it's not different, like in terms of what's being done on the screen, but like visually it's a little different. And every time I look at it, I'm like, that's not my OBS. But yeah, today is gonna be just a yap session. I'm just gonna be yapping about things. I feel like I haven't had like a yap session in a bit. Like, actually, when was the last time I did a chatting stream? I feel like it's been a bit. Let me double check. Let me take a look-sees here. I feel like the last time I just chatted was maybe like, let me see. I'm gonna guess like a month ago. That's my guess. So let me see. Okay. And the last time I yapped, oh, was when I came back from being sick for a while. Was my Return of the King stream. I'm back. So that was okay. That was about a month ago. I was right. Okay. I want to have like talking streams more, but then I feel like sometimes, not that I run out of things to say, but I run out of meaningful things to say. I feel like I can talk for forever. Like I can just kind of like, I could just talk about things, right? Like I just say things, right? But I feel like the meaning of my words quickly deteriorates the longer I go for. So it's just one of those things I'm like, okay, how long do I want to talk? Hi Mango, welcome. Hi. Welcome back. Wait, out of curiosity, because I remember yesterday was we had a very different time zones. Out of curiosity, what's your time right now? I try to see if I can be more consistent with my time on my streams, depending on like where my viewers are from, or if I have events outside of stream, I want to be like, oh, these people I know are in this time zone, so I want to be considerate of that time zone kind of thing, right? So out of curiosity, 1:10 a.m. Oh my god. Are you like a night owl, or is this just how your sleep schedule like turned out? Sorry, I'm gonna adjust myself real quick. I feel like I want to be a night owl, but I think I do better in the mornings. PST gang, yeah, PST gang. Like I feel like when I stay up, it's like a 50-50 of I'm gonna be very awake, very present, and very like I'm fine. I can stay up for like, so I can be awake for so many hours, right? But then I have other times where if I stay up past like 10:30, I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm the tiredest person you can ever meet. I just want to like crawl into my bed and lay down and not talk to anyone. So it's a 50-50. I'm either like really awake or really asleep by after like 10:30 my time, 10:30 p.m. I feel like too, like when I don't know, and it happens so randomly. Like I have to be really. Let me adjust I don't know why I'm like not happy with how. Maybe if I zoom out more. I think this looks better. Okay, there we go. I'm like what? I'm like, how do I look? Like I feel like I was too zoomed in on the screen. But then I feel like when I stay up really late, if I stay up late, I have to be like like engrossed in something. Like I have to be like watching or doing something. Like the last few nights, I've been staying up because I've been drawing. But if I'm not doing anything, if I'm just staying up for the sake of staying up, I can't do it. Like I have to like be doing something I'm a fan of, you know. That's just me personally. I know some people are just, it's easier for them to stay awake later. I was gonna mention something. Oh yeah. I think I mentioned it yesterday as well, but I'll be today will be my last stream for the week because I'll be gone for a little bit. So I'm like, you know what, I'll have a gap stream just like kind of like talk to people, because I feel like if I don't talk to my chat, then I'm like, I'm not giving them my life updates. I'm not telling them what's happening, you know. My sleep schedule turned out but I need to sort my sleep schedule out anyways. When Pax stream is like 22, that's 10 p.m. right? He starts to stream for me. Oh my god. Yeah, I think Pax streams. When does he usually stream actually? I feel like I always get notifications when he streams, but then I never catch him if it's on Twitch. Sorry, I'm American, so when I see the 24-hour like clock, I'm like, I have to do the math in my head. I'm like, okay, what is that? And I'm notorious for being awful at math, so I have to do like, okay, carry the 2, and then the like. He streams 5 EST. Oh, I see. Oh, that's probably why I don't catch him too, because I'm like at work usually at that time. Because I'm PST, so we're 3 hours apart. So when he streams at 5, I'm at work at 2. But sometimes I do see his streams on my TikTok. Like if I'm on my break, I'll be scrolling and I'll see his streams. But he's always playing Roblox, and like Pax, he's so funny. I can definitely tell that the age difference between us. Not that we're that different, but we're definitely from different. How do I say generations? That makes me sound old. We're definitely from. We're in different points of our lives, right? Because Pax has a very like Gen Z, Gen Alpha talk. Like, actually, you know what? I can't be talking. I named my stream 6-7 in Japanese, Roku Nana. But I feel like Pax definitely has a very younger sense of humor. And then I feel like my humor derives a lot more from like, God, I'm gonna sound old saying, I feel like my humor derives more from like 2012 to 2015 Tumblr. But it's just kind of funny. Like whenever I talk to Pac sometimes, like he just says things where like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna try my best to understand your words. Yeah, it's fun playing with him though. It's fun playing with. I was so happy to play with everyone yesterday, because I haven't played with Pax for sure in a long time, because he's really busy usually a lot of times. Like most of the time, if I like reach out to him, like it takes him a couple business days to get back to me. And then my good friend Hikari, who had also just debuted recently too. I have our schedules don't always align very well, so it's been a while since I've been able to stream with her. And then my friend Sean, I don't have him on super often. Only because I think we have different games we play. He's like, Kiayama, get on Overwatch. Kiayama, play Deadlock. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta pass. I was glad to play with everyone yesterday. It was really, really fun yesterday. Though I'm still mad that OBS messed up the OBS messed up me going live, but it's still really fun. So I'm trying to I was looking through like my other streams to be like, oh, what are the times I do like a chatting stream? I also don't do collabs very, very often. I feel like I'm always very awkward in collabs, even with friends. I always just feel like I don't know what to say or do in collabs. Like I usually stream on my own, because not that I find the comfort in myself, but I know what to expect from myself. So I always feel very awkward in collabs. I'm GMT at the moment until the time changes for spring/summer, so that would be BST. I see. Okay. I think I have on my schedule. I haven't updated my schedule though, so it's a little wonky. But I think on my schedule I do have GMT if I remember correctly. That okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the time zone? Is like the UK time zone, correct? Or am I wrong? I'm trying to. I know the time zone changes from like. Is it? I think there's a time zone in Portugal, UK, Germany, and then like Eastern Europe, right? I think there's like 4 time zones in Europe. I might be wrong. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I want to make sure I'm like I might be wrong. I forgot exactly all the time zones in Europe. I'm trying to be more mindful of like the time, at least for Europeans, because I'm like, I know since I stream on PST time zone, like it's just usually more. It's just later for Europeans to join in, so I always feel bad. I'm like, I'll have like a couple like British or French like regulars like come in every once in a while, and they're like catching me at like either the midnight, or they're catching me like bright and early 5 a.m. their time, whatever the case is, and they're like, I'm so tired, but I'm here for stream, and I feel so bad. I'm like, guys, you don't have to be here. It's okay. Like my bots stay up for a reason. But it makes me feel sad if I keep people up. But I don't know. But that's like this time, like around this time is the earliest I can stream, only because I work like a regular like 9 to 5 job. So I get off work around 4:35, or sorry, 4:30/5, not 4:45. Anyways, like, you know, 4:30/5 p.m. And then I run home, and then I usually have like something to like eat and drink to like have energy for the day, and then I'll stream for like 3 hours average. I think average I stream roughly 3 hours, 2 sometimes, but I think usually 3. I always have a tendency to be like, okay guys, short stream today. Like, I think like the last, how many streams? I think the last like maybe like a couple streams, I know for sure, I'm trying to remember which game. There's one game where I was like, okay guys, short stream, it's not gonna go on for very long, and my plan was for it to be like only an hour, and it went for like 4 hours. So I have a really bad tendency to like not time my streams well. GMT means time goes backwards, and BST means time goes forward 1 hour. I see. Okay. I know most places will have like a, like the, you know, the time indicating of like daylight savings / not daylight savings, but I feel like it's so confusing. Well, not confusing, but just like maybe like annoying to keep up with sometimes, because then I'll ask them like, oh, what time zone are you in, and then they'll tell me the time zone, and then I'm like, oh, but and I feel like it changes. Like, I know technically it does change, but then if they tell me a different time zone, that like throws me off sometimes. So I'm like, wait, weren't you in this other time zone? But I understand why the acronyms change, because, you know, including daylight savings and not daylight savings. But I think it's funny too how like daylight savings works, because I have a friend who lives in South America, and and so when both of us are off, I believe, daylight savings, we're 3 hours apart. But then when he enters daylight savings and when I enter daylight savings, we become 5 hours apart. So I always think it's funny how like depending on what time of the year, we're either 3 hours or 5 hours apart. It's so funny how that works. GMT stays darker longer than BST. Oh, I see. That's our winter time, I think. Because it's, well, actually maybe not. I think it is our winter time, because it's darker more like for most of the day. Well, actually no, because actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking. I'm dumb. Because I know when we're on daylight savings, it's darker in the morning, but then brighter in the evening. But then obviously in the summer, it's, you know, brighter in the morning and darker in the evening, kind of thing. But I don't know enough about what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think too. I had something planned to talk about, and I'm kind of forgetting what it was. The clock is forward on Sunday, and you're right, GMT is winter. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know. I feel like I confuse myself when I talk. Like, I'm very confident in what I'm saying in the moment, and then once I start opening my mouth, I'm like, ooh, maybe, I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm saying the correct thing or not. But I don't know. I think I overthink a lot, I think. And I just tend to be like, wait, am I saying the right thing? Am I not saying the right thing? Like, I'm definitely the kind of person that like second guesses myself, like the kind of doubts, like, wait, what am I saying? Is this true? It's fine. I also confuse myself sometimes. It's just so easy to confuse yourself talking, you know? I feel like if you talk without thinking too much, it's easier to speak, but then the moment you start listening to yourself, you're like, wait, am I making any sense? Is this working out? Like, I don't know. It especially hits me a lot when I'm texting people. Like, I reword my texts a lot, because I feel like when I send messages or DMs or whatever the case is, I always have to reword what I'm saying, because I feel like my sentences come off either like they don't come out right, or they're worded weird, or they're structured weird or something. So I'm constantly like, wait, no, that doesn't sound right. Let me change it here. Let me change this, you know? and I've especially noticed I've done that recently, like, especially because I've been having to do a lot of commissions for things. Or not do, sorry. I've been having to commission a lot of people for certain things for a big project coming next month. And so obviously when you're commissioning someone, you have to explain what your thought process is. and explain like what you want and what you ideally would like from the project. And I feel like I struggle so much totally like trying to express like what my ideas are, and then I feel like they come out like really jumbled. So literally like every time I reach out to someone for a commission, I'm like, please let me know if this makes sense, or please let me know if I can be clearer, let me know if this is too vague, you know, because I'm like, I don't know how to express these ideas. I had one person reach back to me being like, hey, so you gave me two different like two different vibes basically for what you're wanting. Do you want A or B? And I was like, B. And they were like, okay, can you give me more examples of what you like for option B? And I'm like, oh shit. So I sent them like a mood board / like reference, and I'm like, hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully you understand what I'm aiming for here, what I would like to do. I'm like, please let me know if this does not make sense. I think they sent me a message and I haven't looked at it because I'm nervous. I'm scared they're gonna tell me like, this doesn't make any sense, you're illiterate, you can't speak properly. But it's funny for me to, I don't know, I also think it's kind of funny for me to be like, I don't know how to speak, I don't know how to talk, but then equally I'm a streamer. Like, I feel like to be a streamer, you need to know how to use your words to an extent. Unless you're like, I don't know, like an FPS streamer maybe, because then it's all about gameplay, right? But I'm a variety streamer. I have to make it up with my personality, you know? I believe I'm one day ahead of you. It's already Wednesday for me, but for time-wise / minute hours, I have no idea what that would be. Where... So you're GMT. I think we're... Because I've had friends from the UK before. I believe we should be roughly 8 to 9 hours apart, I think. So right now it's 6:25 p.m. for me. And if it's 1, so that means 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Oh, we're 7 hours. We're 7 hours different right now. Never mind. I was trying to remember like what the... I know average time we're roughly like 8 hours apart. If I remember correctly. On my phone, funny enough, actually, because when COVID first like hit, I started playing like Minecraft servers, like public Minecraft servers, and I met a lot of like European friends like through those servers, right? And at some point, obviously, I became friends with them. We chatted like frequently, but I always have to keep in mind of their time zones, right? And so on my phone, I have like a little section in my phone where it's only time zones where I can kind of keep track, where I'm like, okay, like, you know, UK this time, Germany this time, Netherlands this time, you know, like all this, like whatever the case is, right? Or like, you know, just so I can make sure that I'm not texting them at ungodly hours for them. Hi Grass, welcome. How's it going? I heard it's very hot. I mean, I don't know how hot it is over there, but I've been seeing a lot of tweets. It's very, very hot out there. So I hope you've been keeping cool. I follow a lot of artists on my Twitter from like the sea area, and they're all like, oh, it's so hot. It's like 40 degrees Celsius. And I'm like, oh my God, that is really hot. And I know my area has been kind of warm too, but I don't know. I can't imagine. I think you guys have like humid, like heat, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I could do humid. I'm a very dry heat person. It's very windy here. And it's been raining a lot. Oh my God. I heard I've never been to like the UK, but I have heard that the weather isn't the nicest out there. That's crazy. That's windy and rainy. Well, I don't know. I'm from California, so like I can't imagine living somewhere where the sun isn't shining for most of the year, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like when it rains over here, everyone's like, oh my God, it's raining. It's crazy. Like we don't get rain very often. Like it's gonna rain. I think they're projecting it to rain sometime next week, maybe. But like I see that and I'm like, it's like, cause half the time the meteorologist will say like, oh, it's gonna rain on this day. And then we get to that day and it was actually so hot that the clouds disappeared essentially. So it doesn't rain. Temperature is decent because of the monsoon from the north. It's actually cold at the moment, but we're expecting an El Nino severe drought. Oh, I see. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. You guys have to deal with that. That's okay. as a Californian, I understand how it is to go through like a severe drought. I've because growing up for most of my life in in California, I think since I was a kid, basically like a child, small child, they've always like said like, oh yeah, we're in a drought, you can't waste water. And I have it instilled in me, like it's ingrained in my brain to not waste any water. Like don't leave the faucet running, don't take long showers, like, you know, those kind of things, right? Like, and because people always say like, oh, California's in a drought, and it's in a drought, be careful, watch out. And I know technically we're not in a drought anymore, but I don't believe that. So I still pretend like we're in a drought because it's just so ingrained in my brain. Like it feels wrong to leave a faucet running. It feels wrong to like take super crazy long showers. Though I will admit I do like a little bit of a long shower sometimes, right? But you know, it still makes me feel bad for like taking super long showers. So when someone says like we're in a drought, I mean, not that I experience the exact same experience as you guys are experiencing or anything, but like I understand like the idea of being in a drought at least. Hi Jose, what you doing? We're just chatting. We're just talking to people. I feel like I had talking points and I don't remember what any of them were. Like like when I was at work, I was like thinking like I want to talk about this today and that today and this today, and then I sat down and I pressed go live and all those thoughts out the window. I don't remember any of them. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, so we're just chatting. Oh, I don't remember if you guys have been. Oh wait, I'm the same. I'm surprised that you can survive hurricane. Every time I see a video of hurricanes, I literally say without commenting, is everyone okay? Actually, okay, I can't. Don't worry. California actually doesn't get hurricanes. I think if we do, they're very, 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 very rare, and they're very mild. Like I don't think we definitely don't have any hurricanes or tornadoes or the equivalent of like what other states get, like in the South and like Midwest. But we do get earthquakes. California specifically is known. California is known for the earthquakes and what they call fire season. And we also are known for flooding. So every year we experience a fire season and then like rain and floods like the next season basically. So we're kind of constantly going through like some cycle of the earth not liking us. That's Philippines for you. Either you're dying from hurricanes or getting sun-dried by the tropical sun. Oh my god. Oh, we're talking about Philippines? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. It's because I was talking about California and I read that and I was like, oh, it's about California. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at reading. A pure PBS zone. It really is, because some people don't understand like how can you be in a drought and also have floods at the same time? Like that doesn't make sense. And like how it works essentially is that player versus it like how it works, for in case anyone doesn't know, because it is a valid question, like how do you get fires and how do you get like floods and stuff like that and other kind of things, right? It's because since we don't get a lot of rain typically, you know, everything dries up, right? And then like in California there's a lot of like there's a lot in general, I don't know, because even like the forest areas get really dry. Like basically California dries up, and so it's very common for like, for example, like dry grass or dry bushes or even like something near the trees and stuff like that, right? Like a tree dries up a little too much, right? It can get so hot that like it combusts, right? Like the sun rays just kind of light it, you know? And so that's how you get like wildfires starting off, and that's how you get, we have like what we call fire season. It's because everyone in California has to be kind of aware of like, you know, like that something in their area, it might be so hot that it just boom, fire kind of thing, right? And then since it gets so hot and dry, when it does rain, when like the season comes where it does start raining, the soil is usually too dry for rain to be absorbed in the soil. So that's how we get like floods and things like that. So it's just because everything's so dry that we go through it. Well, it's sometimes close. We get the aftermath of hurricanes most of the time. It's still bad, but not as worse as hurricanes destroying buildings. it slows down over the ocean, so it's not as bad. That's so scary living, like, dealing with hurricanes though. I don't know, like, maybe it's because I've lived here my whole life. I feel like I can, like, the idea of an earthquake natural disaster isn't that bad, but like any other kind of natural disaster like freaks me out. Like, I've watched movies like oh my god, what's the one with Tom Holland in it? Like, it's when he was like a kid. It's where like it's a recreation of like a flood that I think happened over, I might be wrong, I think it was Thailand. I might be wrong with what country it hit the hardest. Oh my god, what country was it? I forgot what it was. It was like I don't remember what it was. Anyways, but it was like a movie about a flood basically, and I'm like, I don't know if I would I think I would just die, like, if I was in a flood. Like, I don't think I have the strength to persevere through that. And then when I see like videos of hurricanes, or like when I hear stories of how destructive they are, that scares me so bad too. And like, I know there's like the hurricane, like tornado sirens too, and they have those areas where, like, you know, it warns people like, oh, incoming hurricane, incoming tornado, and that scares me. Like, that scares me so bad. Like, I don't know, I don't know if I can live through those kind of natural disasters. Those are like actual, like, horrible disasters. Those are scary. Like, I can deal with the ground shaking a little under me. I don't think I can deal with like other other kind of disasters. And the fires too. Not that fires are not scary, but I think I'm more accustomed to the idea of fires as well. So like, you know, I'm better adjusted at understanding, oh, maybe my apartment might burn down one day, kind of thing, versus like, oh my god, like a tornado is gonna come, kind of thing. That's just me. But I also like watching those like natural disaster movies because I think it's just very interesting for me, like, as someone who like doesn't, like, that's not like a norm to me. I feel like it's very interesting to like watch those kind of things, so then that way I'm like, I'm not so blind to it, kind of thing, you know, like I'm exposing myself to those kind of things, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not. The Philippines gets visited by 25 storms every year from early September to late January. It blows, but we kind of accept it's part of life. Oh my god, that's so crazy though. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Because it's like a tropical area, but that's still like so crazy. I don't know if I can live with like that many storms like happening, but I suppose obviously if you're like living in there, you get used to it at that point. But that's just so crazy. I literally can't imagine living somewhere where it rains so frequently, only because like I said, it's so dry here, right? So I don't know. Anytime I see rain, I'm always like, oh my god, it's rain. There's water falling from the sky. I remember one time it rained so heavily that like this little like creek near like where I had grown up was like super, not flooded. Thankfully it didn't like flood over, and it was a very, very deep creek. Like typically, like, it was narrow but very deep. Like I want to say it was maybe like 15 to 20 feet deep. I want to say that's, let me see how much that it is in meters real quick, just in case. I was 20 feet to meters. It's about 6 meters deep, I would say, like roughly, right? And so, and I remember one time it rained so hard that like it was filled almost to the brim. Like it, like if it kept raining, I'm pretty sure it would like spill over, kind of thing. And even just seeing that amount of water, like I was like, oh my god, like, my little brain was like, oh my god, that's a lot of water. I'm like, I only see that when I go to the ocean. So it seems scary, but only a small portion of it makes landfall. It still messes up the weather settings though. Oh, okay, I think that makes more sense then. If it's like, okay, I think it's a little more livable then. I'm still trying to imagine like living somewhere like that many storms. I think we get like 1 storm a year. That's so crazy. My friend visited the Philippines recently, and I think he visited during the last, I think it was during the last flood you guys had most recently, if I remember correctly. And I remember being like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. 'Cause I think he landed the day before it happened. So I was like, I was like so worried for my friend. I was like, are you okay? Like, are you fine? Like, I think he said he had been in Manila, I believe. I might be wrong. I forgot exactly. And then I heard on the news like that Manila had gone hit hard, and I was like, oh my god, I hope my friend's okay. Like it's just so scary. Oh, natural disasters are very, very scary in my opinion. They're like, I don't think the thing I fear the most in life, right? But they're definitely like my top fears. So I'm like kind of scratching my eye a little bit. My eye's a little itchy. Okay, there we go. If your friend got scammed at the airport, I apologize. No, it's okay. He's Filipino, so he has like family over there. So you know I'm pretty sure he didn't get scammed or anything. He should be fine. At least I hope so. I would hope that he could figure out who's a scammer, who's not a scammer. Though I feel like I would for sure fall for the scams, 100%. I feel like I'm a very gullible person. So if I traveled anywhere, I think I'd get scammed. Like I remember when I went to go visit for the first time in Mexico, I think I was like, I think I might have been 16. I forgot how old I was, but I remember the first time I went to Mexico, there was a lot of like people like coming up to us trying to sell us like things, right? And like obviously I'm Mexican, but I don't know it's like how certain things go in Mexico, right? So I was like about to buy, like I think this little boy comes up to me and he's like oh señora, ¿quieres comprar estas cositas? So I forgot what it was, right? Like ma'am, do you want to buy these little things? And I forgot what he was selling. And I was gonna buy some. My dad was like, because I was with my family, my dad was like, no, like we're fine, we don't want any, you know, kind of thing. And then my dad explained that like a lot of times scammers will use like their own kids to like get people to like, you know, buy either useless things or like spend a lot of money, or even like, you know, they'll distract them so they can get like their credit card or like things like that, you know, whatever the case is, right? And I was like, oh. I'm like, I would totally fall for these scams. Like, I don't know any better. And that's why I always tell people, like, when I'm like, oh, if I ever think about going back to Mexico, I'm always like, I want to go with my family, because I feel like my family would be more aware of these scams than I would. I'm too gullible. I'm gonna stretch real quick, come on. Okay, I don't know if not the camera, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but I don't know why my eyes are a little itchy, but they're not allergies. I swear they're not allergies. I don't get allergies. I tell my roommate sometimes, like, oh, my nose is a little stuffy and my eyes itch a little bit. And they're like, you have allergies. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm very in denial about having any sort of allergies. Though I am pretty sure I am allergic to allergy medication. Because the last time I got sick, like a month ago, my doctor had prescribed me, because I had like a sinus like congestion, and it was so bad that I was getting an ear infection, right? And my doctor was like, okay, here's some allergy medication. This should clear up your sinuses, right? Like, just take it as prescribed, you know, so on and so forth. And I took it, and day one of like having the allergy medication, like my eyes immediately like got so red, and like the whole time my eyes were like crazy red, and I stopped taking the medicine, and then my eyes were fine. Like my eyes weren't itchy anymore, they weren't red. So, but I don't know which medication it was, because my doctor prescribed me 3, and I took all 3, and I didn't know which one it was that was like harming me, so I stopped taking all 3. So one of the medicines I have in my medicine cabinet give me allergies. I don't know which one it is though. You definitely got a sucker tattooed on you somewhere. Is it my fault for being so trusting and believing that everyone has only the best intentions? You know, is it my fault for thinking that the world can be such a kind and nice place? You know, I always think everyone has the best intentions in mind, because I think to myself, well, I wouldn't do that, so why would they do that? Now can I interest you in buying this fancy chocolate? Ooh, what kind? The only chocolate I'll eat is if it has like nuts in it, like almonds or like walnuts or something along those lines. Especially almonds. If you have chocolate with almonds in it, oh, I am eating that for sure. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of chocolates. If people ever give me like chocolates for any occasion, it definitely takes me like a hot minute to get through it. It takes me a very long time to get through some chocolates. I remember one time, I think in high school, I was given like a big heart thing of chocolates, like a really big one, and I took it home and I told my mom, like, do you want any of these? It's gonna take me a really long time to get through these. Do you want them? And my mom was like, oh, I'll probably eat some here and there, right? And I think I only ended up eating 1 or 2, and I think my mom and my siblings ate the rest. I'm pretty sure. Like I really did not get through any of those chocolates. I think I only ate the almond ones and I left the rest for my family. But I do see, okay, I've never had Dubai chocolate, but I do see that every store it carries it now, and like there's drinks made out of it too, so I'm kind of tempted to try it, just to try it. But I'm also not a big chocolate fan, so it's just one of those things I'm like, should I try it? Should I waste my money on that? Oh wow. Yeah, chocolate is not my my preferred sweet. Though pastries, I love pastries, like cakes and like muffins and like pan dulce, like stuff like that. Oh my god, I'll eat that. I'll eat that for sure. But yeah, chocolate is just, I don't know why chocolate's, it's like very difficult for me to get, especially dark chocolate. I'm definitely a milk chocolate type a person, so if you get me dark chocolate, it's gonna take me even longer to get through that. It's gonna take me like at least like a year to get through a container. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. Just chocolate just never quite it's just never been my cup of tea type of thing, you know? But I do like candies. I am a candy fan. Just chocolate is a little different. I'm trying to think what else. Like whether white chocolate's not bad, though I can only have a small amount at a time. I'm trying to think of any other chocolates or any other like sweets. Usually I'm more of like a, like pastries are my go-to if I can, but if I can't have that, then I'll have like, ooh, high chews. If you guys ever had high chews are like the best candies. I really like high chews. High chews are really good. I will try to chew on a high chew for as long as possible until my jaw hurts, basically, because they just taste so good. And it's kind of like, not that the bags are expensive, but it is like, they don't sell high chews in every store. So sometimes when I buy them, it does take me like a little bit to get through them, because I'm like, I'm trying to savor them. I'm trying to save them, you know? I'm trying to think about the candies. Do I have like a favorite candy? Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I do. Low-key, like gummy candies, I'm a really big fan of, but I don't eat them very often because I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom was always like, "That's a lot of sugar. You can't eat that." And so I always kind of stayed away from like gummy candies. But every once in a while, I'm in the store. I'm like, wait, I'm an adult. I can buy gummy bears if I want to. I can buy gummy worms if I wanted to. But I still have this little guilt in the back of my brain, so I still don't buy them. But every once in a while, I'm like, wait a second, I could just eat these. No one's stopping me. I went to a store like not too long ago, and I saw they had cakes, and I was so tempted. Like, and they're like these nice little fancy cakes. Like, definitely not like a typical like bakery type of cake. It was like more of like a little specialty cake. I don't know how to describe them, but they definitely looked like nicely put together. Like, you know, a lot more effort spent on them, kind of thing, right? And I remember thinking, like, should I buy a cake for myself? Like, a little small one? Because I can't, I'm an adult. No one's stopping me. Like, no one's gonna question why I'm buying this cake. But then I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't, because it's like a lot of sugar. But at the same time, I was like, well, I've never bought a cake for myself. So maybe I should just do it, There's been so many times I've been so tempted to buy myself, like, sweets. But then I always feel a little bad buying myself sweets, so I don't. But in my head, I'm like, oh, no one's stopping me. I can just buy these sweets myself. Hi, Indy, welcome! How's it going? How you doing? I'm just yapping about, like, sweets and, like, cakes and chocolates and things like that. And for some reason my eye's itchy too, so I keep kind of like scratching my eye a little bit. So I don't know, but I don't know how my model's like, if it's looking wonky or not when I do it. Sweets. Do you have a go-to sweet or a go-to candy out of curiosity? My B-day is coming up and I'll be getting cake. Ooh, wait, when's your birthday? What date's your birthday? And then maybe, who knows? You might get a little gift or something through Steam. Literally Monday. Happy early birthday! I probably won't, because I'll be gone all week basically. Like this week and next week, I have a lot of things I have to do, and like I'll be out of town, so I might not be able to stop in for any events you might have. But happy birthday! Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me see. March 30th. Zodiac. You're an Aries! Sorry, I was like, let me look this up. I'm a little nosy like that, where I'm like, out of curiosity, what's your star sign? I have a lot of... Is it bad? I don't think it's bad, but... Well, it's definitely not bad, but I know I typically... Okay, this is gonna sound so, like stupid to say, but I know there's a lot of Aries that, like, I don't get along with. Not that Aries is bad. It's just I've noticed that... I think with Aries, I don't tend to get along with them sometimes. But I have a friend that's, like, fire sign. Like, I loosely believe in zodiacs, like loosely, like you know, it's one of those things I use to justify my like feelings towards someone. Like if I like someone and I'm like, wait, what's your zodiac? And they're like, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm like, oh my god, that's why I loved you. Like, oh my god, that's why like we're good friends. Or if someone's like, I'm like, oh, this person's a Pisces. Of course they're a Pisces, you know, like. But I don't use it as like a definitive like this is exactly why. It's more of like a haha, like I'm gonna justify my feelings type of thing. Yes, confirmation bias. Yeah, exactly. I remember for one of my classes when I went to college or like university, I made, because I took a bookbinding class, so I know how to like bind books and everything, right? And I made a small little book for everyone in my class based off their zodiac, basically. But I made them like all stupid. Like they all had like the stupidest message. Basically, like none of them were like accurate. They were just like random shit I thought of. And so many people in my class loved them because they're like, oh my god, as a Sagittarius, this book really like speaks to me. And I'm like, girl, what? Bruh. I don't know, it's one of those things, it's one of those fun things I like to look at for people, you know? Like, oh, what's your star sign? What does that mean? What are you doing, you know? Roku Nana, hi Sean! Hi Jonathan Kaido! Say siete. I need to figure out how to say 6-7 more languages. Just so I can know, just so I can like hear out for it, you know? I hate it because at work sometimes I'll have to like fax things out, and like some people's fax numbers or have like the number like 6-7 in it, right? So I'll be repeating back the number, like your fax number is yada 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 6-7 yada yada yada, and I'm like, oh my god! And every time I hear 6-7, I like I cringe a little. 6-7, is that in French? 6-7, or is that, what language is that in? Busy tonight, hopping in real quick. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, busy tonight, hopping in real quick to say have a rad stream. Thank you, Turkey. I hope you have a good night. I can't read. Yes, French. Okay. I only know how to say like 2 things in French besides like the typical, like, you know, like bonjour, like adieu, like the typical, like besides the typical thing. My friend who took French courses, he was like, the way you say .com is .com. I don't know why, that's kind of funny to say. And then he also, I'm gonna butcher this so bad, but I think it was like, I'm going to your mom's house is something like that. I'm probably butchering that so awful, but those are the only two things besides like the standard French words most people know. Like that's the only two things I know how to say. Dang, too used to me saying howdy first, but then bully from her from each chat. What the hell? I did a palm reading during my college days. Most of it was spot on. I just spewed BS all the way. You know, sometimes, you know, some people would say that like you BSing it will also be like a sign of like, oh, it's the truth. You know, you manifested it. You know, kind of thing. Not even. No, it's not cool. Is it not? I want to learn French, or at least I want to learn some French. Like not a lot, just like, enough for me to kind of be like, oh, I can't understand what this is being said. You know, I know I for sure cannot speak French. I don't have the mouth movement for French. I think it's French and Vietnamese, two languages I cannot say most of the words to. I genuinely cannot say the words. Like, and I have a lot of Vietnamese friends, and I've tried so hard to like learn how to pronounce those like Vietnamese words, and it's so hard. I cannot do it. It's so hard. French too, I just can't get like the right like sounds. I don't know, my mouth is just not built. It's just not built for those languages. French and Spanish are somewhat similar, like syllables and sentence structures. But like the French is like, the French is more like back of the throat, right? And I feel like Spanish is more like the front of your mouth, I think. Yeah, I would say like, I think that's what throws me off at least, is like the use of different parts of your mouth. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. I have not developed that skill. My first encounter with the French language was from Dexter's Lab. I think, you know what, actually no, I'm trying to think of the first time I've like heard French, if I have a memory of it. But I feel like I don't. I feel like, at least when I was growing up, I think whenever I would see like French, it was always like on cartoons, and it was always like as a joke. Or it was always like, oh my god, what's that character from like Looney Tunes? The skunk, right? That's like always trying to like rizz up the cat. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like that's like a very iconic French character, at least when I was growing up. That's what I always thought of like French to be as. My first encounter with French language was at the hospital where I was born. Pepe Le Pew. Yeah, Pepe Le Pew! There we go! That was like my first encounter with the French, I think. No, I did. I do remember the first time I ever heard French in person, in like real life. I think I was like, maybe in high school. I think I was like, I forgot where I was. I was like visiting some city, like a very popular touristy spot. And I heard like people speaking French, and I literally whipped my head, and I was like, oh my god, it's real. Like people speak it. Omelette du fromage. Ow. Maybe I'll do like maybe I'll have a series where I ask like different VTubers like, come on my stream and help me learn your language type of thing. I feel like that'd be fun. It's real is a crazy reaction. Oui. I mean, it's like one of those things like where you see it, like you never see it in person. So when you do see it in person, or I guess hear it in person in this case, right? When you hear it in person, you're like, oh my god, it's a real thing. I guess Fangs is not real. Oh my god. I forgot what I told Fangs. I told Fangs something in French, and they immediately broke out full French and like started like saying everything and like in French, and I was like, wait, stop. I don't understand. I want to have like a language exchange stream now. That sounds like so much fun. Play Among Us in your mother tongue. I want to do that so bad. My only concern is because I want to do that and I want to speak Spanish, but I'm scared my Spanish is not good enough. So I'm like, oh, can I even consider myself a Spanish speaker if like I'm too nervous to have that? But I want to do that so bad. I would love to do like a Among Us or party game or something, like, and everyone's like talking like, oh, I genuinely want to do that so bad. I also just don't know enough. I don't think I know enough VTubers myself where I can like ask like, hey, you speak this language, like let's do the stream, you know. I think most of the streamers I know speak obviously English, Spanish, or French. At least in my circle, I don't really know enough people who speak other languages. I have to like reach out to other people, and oh my god, I'm so bad at talking to people online. In person, I'm not that shy. Like, I'm very social. I love talking to people. Online, my social anxiety increases like by 100%. My anxiety meter is like 100%. I have to like pep myself up to like go talk to people online. I'm like, okay, Kiayama, you're fine. You're normal. You can talk to them. What you're saying is not a weird sentence. You're totally fine. You're not doing anything weird out of the ordinary. and then it takes me like 30 minutes, an hour to like send a DM to someone. I actually sent this over the weekend. I saw someone who had posted something that was really cool, and I kind of wanted to see which artist or which person they had like commissioned for what they had posted, right? And I remember going to their DMs because they had their little mail open, little inbox open, and I remember going in and I was like, okay, Kiayama, you're normal, you're fine, what you're asking is totally fine, like you're okay, like just ask your question and be on your merry way kind of thing, right? And so I asked this person, I was like, hey, out of curiosity, like if you don't mind, like I'm sorry for the random DM, but do you remember who you commissioned for this thing you posted, because it looks really, really nice, and I would like to reach out to this person if I can for a project, you know? And I'm like again, sorry for the random DM, and they have not looked at my message. They have not looked at my message at all. So I'm like, oh. So it's situations like that where like I feel like it like makes my anxiety a little worse, because I'm like, oh my god, what if I just get donut-walled? What if I just get like totally like ignored? Hola mi amigos. Hi Luke Goblin. Then your accent comes out. I know, I have like not the thickest accent in Spanish too, but like I definitely have like an accent when I speak Spanish. Like I think if I were to go to Mexico, I can get by, but everyone would know I'm American. They would not be like, oh, that's another Mexican woman. They'd be like, that's a white Mexican woman. That's a American woman. I have 3 followers, 1 random I've never met, 1 guy is my oomph and verified game. Nice. Yeah, I definitely have an accent a little bit, and I definitely say things a little weird. I don't know. Maybe I just need to throw myself into like a Spanish stream one day with like other Spanish speakers to like force myself to like speak more Spanish. Like then I don't have an excuse like, oh, I need to speak Spanish. That and Japanese. I also still need to learn more Japanese. I was a little sad, but I totally understood. One of my model siblings had reached out to me over the weekend. I think sometime last week, and they had said that they were trying to make a collab with like other model siblings, basically like all of Wase-san's like models. And they're like, initially we wanted to invite you because obviously, you know, your model is by Wase, right? But unfortunately, no one speaks English, and like, and they're like, I don't think you know enough Japanese to join, essentially. And I was like, you know what? No, totally okay. I don't want to cause that like issue of like a language barrier or anything, right? Like, you know, but they did ask to have my picture on the stream at least, so like I'm their memory kind of thing. But obviously I was a little sad. I was like, oh, I wish I could be there, right? But that just means I need to improve my Japanese as well. So my Spanish and Japanese, my top priorities, I need to improve. When you talk quickly, and said, "Throw, I heard it." Wait, throw what? I'm trying to remember what I said. Oh wow. No, I know. But I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I just means I need to learn. You know, I just need to improve. You know. I mean, your accent. Oh, okay. No, yeah. I was like, huh? Yeah, like I definitely have, for sure, an accent. I think out of all my siblings too, I think I speak not the worst, but I definitely am not as good as like my sister and brother. My sister, I think, because she took a lot of like honors courses in Spanish, so she had a lot of like good practice like going to school. I think I just took like the regular courses. And then my brother actually went to study in Mexico for like a semester in college. So his Spanish is very, very like very well. So I kind of feel a little bad sometimes being like, oh, I'm the only person in my family who speaks the worst Spanish. That's okay. It's just the goal. It's just the goal to get better. As long as I don't lose it. Ultimately, as long as I don't lose it, you know what? That's the least I can ask for. I don't lose my Spanish at all. That's just how things go, you know? It's like, what's it, like, use it or lose it kind of thing, right? Oh my god, I just hit I was swinging my feet. Oh, that hurt. I was swinging my feet on my chair right now and I hit the leg. Like the back of my heel hit the leg. Oh, okay. Pain. You know, I told one of my coworkers I hope he stubbed his foot today, so maybe this is karma for that. He was being mean to me, and we're like in our work chat, and I was like, I hope you stub your toe. So maybe this is the karma from that. Maybe this is what I get. Okay, let me see. I kind of want today to be a little bit of a short stream, so I'm thinking maybe I'll end it off here, potentially, only because I have a lot of things I need to do because of this week and next week. Let me see. So yeah, I think today I might wrap it up here as like a short 1 hour type of stream, my very rare 1 hour streams, and then I won't be streaming for the rest of the week. The next stream I think I'll have might be either, if things work out, because I'm not sure how my schedule's looking like when I get back from my trip and everything. If my schedule works out, I might stream earliest Saturday the 4th. If not, then most likely Monday or Tuesday the 6th or 7th. 6th, 7th. Anyways, 6th or 7th of April might be the next earliest time I stream. I'm not 100% sure. I have to see how things are when I get back. But I think I mentioned it before. I have something planned in April. I don't have a definitive date on when that's gonna be planned, but I have a big thing planned in April. I'm really, really excited about, and I've been spending a lot of time trying to get organized. So I hope you guys are there for it, and once I have a date, I'll start posting it and everything. But a big thing in April for me, at least. But yeah, and then I'm not sure what game I'll play coming back. Maybe I'll play the second Batman game, because I have a meaning to play that one. I'm not sure. I'll see how things are when I get back. I have to see what if there's anything else planned, or what dates I have for certain things. Anyways, I'll go ahead. I'll wrap up the stream here for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know it was a short stream, but I'll be back in two weeks, right? I know, roughly 2 weeks ish. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your night, day, evening, morning, afternoon. Morning? I say morning. Anyways, have a good time zones. Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.